Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another interesting and interactive session at VLCC Femina Miss India 2020, co powered by Sephora and Reposo. So, let me introduce myself to you all. I am Femina Miss Grand India 2016, Pankhuri Gidwani, and today we are going to have someone for our live session who has been very, very pivotal and important in my own journey, who is Sanjeev Datta. He's a personality trainer and he helped me with my personality development and Q&A sessions when I was going for Miss Grand International in 2016. So I'm going to send him a request now, and it's going to be a really interactive and a very informative session on personality training. Let me get him on board. So while we're waiting for him, I would like to ask you all how your day is going and why did you choose this live in particular to be a part of? Hello,
Hi,
sir. How
Pankaj.
are
Hello,
you?
hello, hello. Hi, how are you?
Great.
Long time, 5 years.
Very long time. Exactly. I can't even believe that it's 5 years because it seems
How are you
like
doing?
only yesterday that you trained
Yes,
me.
actually, time passes us all by very fast. How are you doing,
I,
Pankuri?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
As beautiful as ever. I am doing well. Just put on slightly a bit of weight on me because of the lockdown, didn't have much to do and sitting and
Everybody
doing our
is
sessions.
putting the weight gain on the lockdown, which is not fair.
Yes, exactly. That's like shifting the blame, to be honest. But
Yes,
yes,
no
I'm fine as well.
problem. That's great. So, today we're going to talk all about personality and how you develop it. So, let's start from the very crux of it. Why do you think is personality development skill important in life?
You see, there was this research. I'd not like to speak anything by myself. I'll talk about a research. There's an institute called Dale Carnegie, and they conducted this research
Okay.
about 7 years back, and in which they spoke about that 85% of the success in life you get through your persona skills, like the way you think, the way you perform, the way you speak, you know, and basically soft skills and other parameters regarding personality. And it's just 15% of that success you should owe and you actually owe to your technical skills. So personality is something the
Wow.
way you perform on a day-to-day basis. That's all your personality. Like I pointed out, the way you think. So it all starts from the thinking. So if you're thinking right, whatever you think, in fact, you're feeling that. Whatever you're feeling, that leads to your attitude towards the world, towards people. Your attitude then defines some sort of action you take or non-action. That's also considered an action. And via that, it's the habits are formed. And that is whatever habits you have is your personality. And that
I
defines what kind of a success you can reach in your life. So personality skills are so very important for each and everybody, all of us, in fact.
I completely agree with you because I've seen people who have great technical skills, and as we were speaking earlier, they are even CEOs of different companies. But when they come forth to actually talk to an audience, they're very afraid. They don't want to come in front of people. They don't want to be on stage. So I think along with having technical skills, it's very important to have such a persona and a personality that is magnetic, and it attracts people to you and your company as well, no matter which which profession you might be in.
Absolutely true, totally, and I agree with you. So, in fact, when I started about 17 years back, there was this word personality was nowhere in existence. Everyone used to be concentrating on academics, and they used to be happy going and studying and then scoring, going through competitive exams, and getting their
True.
professions, which were like four or five basic conventional professions used to exist. Now, with the advent of internet and the millennials, what has happened is suddenly exploded now. Everybody, so
Of
there's
course.
about 1,000 professions to choose from, but trust you me, each and every profession needs you to be proficient, which means your persona, your personality skills should be at the top level, and then only you will be able to grow through your life faster. One is going through
Great.
life, you're just going through life. But growing through life is a very, very important part. And for that, you need personality skills. And that's what I feel is most important.
Very true.
In fact,
So,
rather than I speaking about it, why don't you tell me, Pankuri, how did the personality skills training help you during your international pageant? You are a Miss India, and definitely you had very good persona skills, and you proved yourself by winning a title here in India. But then you were supposed to represent your country. And
yes.
how was it that it helped you grow and groom yourself to that level of play where you could go and not just perform for your nation, but go for the title shot? So please explain.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev sir, for giving me this opportunity to tell about my experience, because I really feel that, people who've been there and done that, they should, empower other people and let other people know what their journey has been like. So, Sanjeev sir was my personality trainer at that time. And though I have been very, very fortunate to have gone to a school, La Martiniere Girls College, where they teach you a lot of personality development skills. And I used to go for a lot of debates and MUNs and perform on stage a lot of time. But when you actually start focusing on personality, you see that there are so many aspects to it, and that you have not worked on all the aspects. So, improvisation on your thinking, how you think, was something that I really learned from you. Then, the mantras that you had given me to sort of empower myself, to make me feel good, to have positivity in me, were very important. And also the way we did a lot of exercises, which made me feel like the best version of myself, because I used to get underconfident sometimes. I used to feel like, will I be able to do it or not? That self doubt was there. And when we used to do those exercises with you, where we used to speak out loud or speak certain speeches of different plays, it really made me feel very empowered. We did Julius Caesar also once, I
Yes,
remember.
yes. That's a
And
pet play we do.
it is amazing how empowered you can feel in another character and how you can bring it into your own life. So, I mean, thank you so much for training me. And it really helped me at Miss Grand International, because when you're going to an international pageant, you're representing your country. You are India to them. And whatever you do, whatever you say is what India does, right? So it was very, very helpful. I was able to speak well, I was able to listen well, and I felt confident about myself throughout the journey.
That's fantastic. That's superb. In fact, I'd like to comment and compliment the Miss India organization that whosoever comes into their fold, the top state winners, I mean, they just transform their lives forever. They have the best, faculty in terms of they pick up the best from each segment and make sure that each and every girl transforms and becomes their best version. And the concept is definitely there'll be three to win the title. The top three definitely will get titles, but it's about making them so confident and so sure about themselves that they can win in life. So that's the entire process here,
Really.
and really, really very happy working here, being part of the India organization for the past 5 years. It's quite some time. Easier said than done. It's and every
It
year,
is. I mean, I feel we all become women of substance when we come here. We're trained in all aspects of our lives, whether it's personality, ramp walk, hair, makeup, how do we face the challenges of the world? I mean, I wish that every girl could experience a pageant like Miss India.
yes, absolutely and totally. All right. So in fact, we're talking about the pageant here, and so in the pageant part, so I definitely say that beauty in itself encapsulates this word personality, because the
Exactly.
first parameter is beauty, which sort of catches the eye, and it's the
True.
personality which captures the heart. So we are looking in for a blend for beauty and personality together, but not just in this profession. This is part and parcel of everybody's life. So in fact, I am supposed to today talk about the 10 top skills and abilities which you need to become successful, and that's for all the viewers here that we will be discussing very quickly. In fact, we are short on time. Very quickly, we will run through,
Yes.
the skill set which you must possess so that you can be successful. And
Exactly.
whenever I say this particular skill, you can score yourself. Let's make it a bit practical and engaging for everybody who's on board right now. That you can score yourself from 1 to 10 and see where you are. And if you
I'll
have
do
a
that
eight
as
or a nine
well.
score, yeah, sure, sure. If you have a 8 or 9
Definitely.
score, then you are progressing well in your life. You will be able to shine through and win in life. So let's run through with the persona skills, the 10 top personality skills which you must possess in order to progress in life and find your success faster. So the first skill, the first ability which I'm going to talk about is
I'm
adaptive
sorry,
ability.
stopping you here. If you guys have any questions relating to that particular skill, you can drop it in the comments here, and we'll take one or two good questions which we feel answer most of you. Yes, sir. Please
All
continue.
right, all right. So as I was saying, the first and the foremost, it's not in any particular order. The first and foremost is adaptive ability. Adaptive ability means that the surroundings are changing, people are changing. We need to be able to adapt to them. Circumstances are changing. So anyone who is adaptive is a person who can easily accommodate himself or herself in the changing scenarios. So basically
Okay.
being adaptive, and then anyone who's got the adaptive ability can also make a very good impression on others. So socialization skills come in handy. So being adaptive is a very, very important skill. Like I said, that everything around us is changing. And in fact, Charles Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest, no more exists in terms of now the theory is that anyone who's adaptive can adapt faster is the person who's going to grow in life, is the person who's going
True.
to succeed in life. So change management is also very important. It's part of the adaptive ability. So that's number one, okay? To be able to adapt to different
Okay.
changing scenarios, individuals, and circumstances. All right.
I think I can give myself an 8 in this.
That's very good. That's wonderful. In fact, you should do that. It's very good. That eight, then you start working on it. Look forward for concepts, and then you can improve yourself. Self-improvement, self-education is the buzzword. So not necessary to run
Definitely.
through the coaches like us, but you should definitely work on yourself as you're already trained. Part two, your voice, your speaking style, very, very important. What you say is important, but the way you say it is much more important. So if you have a good quality voice and you know how to speak well, your talk flow is very good. That means people pay attention to you. So it's a positive
Okay.
psychology aspect. When people pay attention to you, then you want to talk more. So this is something which is very, very important. But voice is inherent, but you can definitely build your voice. So if you think your voice is a bit weak, if you're scoring less than 5 here, make sure you work on your voice, your talk flow, your speaking abilities. There are about 10 skills under this segment, but we are just going to brush through right now today so that everyone becomes aware. All right.
Okay, we have a small question here, so I would like to ask. It's the most important thing for being Miss India. What would you like to say on this?
Like I just said that beauty encapsulates the word personality. So you should be a blend of both. You should be beautiful, and then you
Beauty
should
and
have this
good
this
personality.
personality which sort of captures our hearts and minds of the people. Because being a Miss India, you are supposed to be, and you are an influencer, especially a youth influencer. You are a
True.
voice, and you need to be up there to be able to go there and inspire the youth along with you of the nation. So this is something very, very important.
Great.
Okay, going
Thank you,
forward,
Shabna.
number three, your attitude, your positive and assertive attitude. This is an ability. We all feel low sometimes, we all feel very high sometimes, you know. But importantly is your attitude is a very, very important part. If you don't have the right assertive attitude or a positive attitude, you'll find, that you will be going down because anything which is negative in your mind, some people will accept it, some people will not accept it. So negative attitude sort of takes you down, takes you away from your progress. So have a positive and assertive attitude, build a good attitude, have a broader perspective. It's a very, very important part. People just, if you ask
Yes.
them, how were you during the COVID? Well, they'll say, I was good. The world was going through a
Yes.
lot of turmoil, but I was good. So that's a small perspective. But if you say, yes, I was good, but then faced challenges, we came out triumphant. But look at the world, the people lost so many lives. So that's a bigger perspective you have certainly created. So attitude, being assertive about situations is very, very important. You're going to
Very
face an
important.
interview, like most of us are going to be doing that, especially being
True.
young. So
Yes.
if you have a positive attitude that I will be able to get through, you will see that you will perform better. So having an assertive
Of
attitude
course.
is very important. Your body language depends on your attitude. It's a subconscious trait. So it's very, very important. Next, number 4, your communication and interpersonal skills. What kind of a content do you
Extremely
have?
important.
Oh, the
Mm-hmm.
most. Your communication and your interpersonal skills. Your content is very important. What do you have in your head? So here, even your intellect comes into being. What all can you speak? So reading books is a very, very important part that to build a content level. Then you must be a master of your technical skills as well, because that's what you can display with your communication. So communication and
Yes.
interpersonal skills. Should I go
I've
forward?
also, yes, yes. I just wanted to say that I've also heard this that, we should watch, read, speak to people, and interact with the community who help us grow and, not pull us back, because I think that's also very, very important. What we feed ourselves is what we will speak to other people at some point of time. So
Yes,
just
yes,
wanted to
yes.
mention that here.
Yes, that's very, very important. Have the right people in your life. Like attitude I spoke about. If you get criticized, that's okay. Take it in a positive spirit that I was criticized, but don't feel bad, or don't leave that thing, what you're pursuing. Continue, but
Of
get yourself
course.
skills ready, get into the positive frame that I will be able to do it if I get this particular aspects done. Moving forward, now I'm going to talk about something called observation skills.
Yes.
Observation. Like that's what I have when I am doing the jury duty with Miss India organization. Selecting the top 15 finalists out of the state winners. Very difficult job, but you got to observe each and every person. You got to observe the minutest of details of each and every person. And that's what the senior leaders do. When you're, functioning in your company, when you're working within a framework, you will see that if you have good observational skills, you will be able to really observe well and then reap it all inside, and then you know how and what to display yourself to be. So observation
True.
also helps with your academics. So build on your observational skills. Okay, it's a very, very important ability to have. Going ahead, next is your cognitive ability, which is all about your thinking. Simple thinking, critical thinking, a lot of aspects, the way you think, is paramount
How
to
you
who you become
analyze
as a person.
situations.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Now tell me, what kind of thoughts do you think? What are your thoughts
I
about?
I mostly try to think positive thoughts, and even if I'm getting a negative thought about something, I try to turn it into constructive, thing. Like, for example, if I feel that I'm not doing very well in a certain situation, I feel like, okay, maybe I didn't speak my best right now, but let me go forward to the next moment and do my best there. So I think turning, your negative thoughts into constructive criticism and then putting it forward positively is something I do a lot of times.
Yes, please check on your thoughts. Problem solving is all about your cognitive ability. You should be able to, problem solve, because idea generation is part of the cognitive ability. So try to do and work around this particular ability. You will see that you'll be able to improve yourself. Your thought processes and procedures will improve a lot with this. But it's all very important that you work on yourself, or then, if not, then hire a coach to do it for you. That's so important, because personality
Of
skills, as we
course.
have just spoken about, are very, very important. Now
Very
comes the
important.
eighth part, the eighth ability which you must possess. That is your public speaking ability. To be able to create an impact, to be able to, you know, have people to listen to you and make them understand so that they agree with you. So your public speaking skill is a very, very important skill which you must possess. And stage fear shouldn't
Definitely.
exist in you. People who have stage fear, they not want to come. They feel hesitant to be on stage. The first 5 minutes where the impact happens, that is where they start to blunder. And after that, the nervousness goes away and they're breathing comfortably. But work on your public speaking ability. Don't let it
Yes.
lie low. Bring it
I
up, take
feel
it on.
Yes, I really feel that being a Miss India, we have worked a lot on these public speaking skills, and we have got a lot of chance to speak in front of the public. And one thing that I have always followed is that you should always try to be at the level of your audience. Like, if I feel, just research a little about what your audience is going to be, what language they're going to be comfortable in, interact with them whenever possible, And I think when you talk to people at their level, they're much more comfortable than you just talking about what you want to say rather than what they might want to listen.
Yes, absolutely correct. Also, take the first step at least. People, they're so hesitant and within their comfort zones that they don't even try. They don't want to take the
Yes.
rejection anymore. They don't want
Yes. I mean,
ridicule. So
it's
take the
fine
first
even
step.
if you
Try at
mess
least.
up.
Yes. Start trying. Gain that exposure, okay? And then you will
True.
see the ones who continue to explore, they are the ones who win it at the end of everything else. So get this ability of communication, public speaking with you. No stage fear should exist. Get some exposures. Learn to speak, okay? Very important in terms of public. Coming forward with the ninth ability. Now, this is my personal favorite, organizing ability. Anybody who has organizing ability, which let me bifurcate this. First one is self management, to be able to organize your own self. People think organizing is for organizing a birthday party, organizing an event,
Yes.
organizing a seminar. That's what they
Dealing
usually
with
think.
other people. Hmm.
Yes. The first thing is to organize yourself, self management with your time, regulations, discipline. That is organizing ability. And trust you me, we have won 8 titles, international titles in the 5 years, because I keep a count on these. So, 8 international titles have been won. And all the students who were well organized, their rooms were well kept, everything stacked in the wardrobes, neat and clean. They were the ones who actually went out there and won it because their belief system enables them that they organize, they go in a structured manner. So,
Of
organizing
course.
ability, not many people are aware. They think, okay, let my clothes be all around the room. That doesn't matter. No, it really definitely makes the
Yes.
difference. So, make
When
sure
you
you're
have
well organized.
clarity, I feel when
Yes.
you have clarity around you, when things are less chaotic around you, things are less chaotic and they are clear in your mind as well. That's why they say when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is make your bed because you've achieved your first task of the day.
This is something which the army generals speak about. If you get into organizing yourself perfectly right in the morning, you are going to have a successful life, my dear. So it's a very, very important ability to be able to organize. Moving on to the last but not the least, that is your leadership ability. Now, leadership ability is also it's it's two parts. One is self-leadership. Second is to lead others. So lead yourself, even if you're feeling anxious, take the initiative because leadership is something which is supposed to influence others with your way of thinking, your way of talking. So leadership
Definitely.
is the ability which you must possess. Try to become a leader for yourself first. Do some things which you don't do usually. Try to do something beyond. Nothing wrong, but just do whatever is positive and try to do things in a different manner. Try to develop a leader that and also start to think how I am thinking like this. How will a leader think? If I'm a good leader, how am I going to think this particular situation I am right now in? So that's a very, very good concept I'm trying to give you. So try to think like a leader first, and then you will see that you'll be able to ace this particular concept. Now, all these 10 abilities and skill sets which I just spoke about, they basically what they do, they empower you with self confidence. And self confidence is a power with which you can open any doors to success. If you have the confidence, then you can persevere, you can go ahead and find adversity and take care of it. Then you're not inhibited in any manner. So get these 10 abilities in order and make sure that you become successful and win in life in whatever you want to do. All right. So these are the 10
Thank
skills
you.
I wanted to actually really seriously
Of
get it done with because,
of
I've seen in
course.
my live
Yes.
sessions, the discussions
You
are
know,
so
yes,
strong.
the discussions just go on because we have so much to say, and the main crux of it gets left out. So, thank you so much for
Yes.
those 10 skills that you talked about. I think our audience has learned a lot out of these. And just on the leadership part, I'd like to say that some people are, heads. Some people are heads of companies or they're heads of a certain team, and then there are heads and then there are leaders. So heads are people who will just tell what is to be done, only delegate the things that need to be done, and they're done with their job. But leaders are people who actually take their people with them, who will understand, okay, iski ye problem hai, so how can I work this out? This one is good at this skill, this one is good at another skill. So they know their people and they know exactly how to work with their people. And I think
Absolutely.
that's what makes a leader different from just any normal head of an organization.
And also, Pankri, what is happening nowadays is with organizations, private or even with the government sector, what is happening is they are actually going for leaders to become heads in the
True,
future. So
true,
it
of
is like I
course.
said in the 15, 17 years earlier, there was nothing to do with leadership. It was just, your position you acquire and get through regular promotions. But now, as these people retire, all organizations are basically making sure that it's the leaders who get to become heads in the future because they are the ones who are leading the nation or the companies, and whatever. So being a leader is a
Yes.
very, very important part. So,
And for that, we need
and
personality.
yes, we do. Personality is an important part. Definitely, definitely, yes.
So, sir, for just like a few minutes, I'd like to take a few questions that we've got. One is that, there was this girl, Neha Karmakar, who says, I'm your big fan and your dance is really good. So, and she's saying good evening to you. So her question is, how
Good
can I
evening.
deal with the final hour of nervousness or panic attacks and fear? So
Big, big
I'll
problem nowadays.
it's a very big problem. So I'll give a little version of my answer and then over to you, sir. So how I deal with it is, firstly, I calm my breath down because I think a lot of things in your body is circulated and controlled by your breath. So I just calm my breath down because when my heart is beating fast, then the breath just goes up and down. So I just breathe in deeply and I try to remember the best moment of my life or the happiest moment of my life or just something happy that has happened recently. And I calm down instantly. So that really works for me, last moment. Over to you, sir, for the technical part.
So I've done more than 500 seminars on this particular aspect, and I work with a lot with teachers, especially in the schools. So there, one simple answer to anxiety, to pressure, to problems, to your thinking, negative thinking, and that is smile. Simply smile.
Oh,
You
wow.
will, yes, just simply smile. You will see that your breathing automatically starts to regulate itself. There are five,
Oh.
six different kinds of breathing. So if you're anxious, you'll be breathing faster. You'll be breathing from your mouth. The moment you start smiling, it's just expanding these face muscles. That's it. You will see your breathing will regulate within 10 seconds of your smiling.
I
So
actually
trust
tried
you
it.
me, try it. And moment you think and become anxious about any situation, you're becoming nervous, just give out a big smile, okay, big genuine smile, and give it 10 seconds, hold the smile, and you will see within 30 seconds, you'll face much more comfortable, you'll become comfortable, and it'll be easy for you. There's a big tip I'm giving everybody on the live session here that anything which makes you anxious, any nervousness, just smile and hold yourself for 30 seconds, and you should be feeling absolutely perfect. That's what I
Thank you
personally
so
have
much.
been saying this. Yes.
There's one more question that Punya Anu is asking. She says, can I improve my communication skills?
Okay. Should I answer on this?
Yes, yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Now, like I also pointed out, reading books, reading articles, reading the newspapers, reading, news on a daily basis. So just read them. Just don't read them in that manner. Read them and speak them out louder. You will be surprised within 5, 6 days' time that your communication will become much better, effortless, because you just need to put it into practice. So read
True.
whatever, but just speak that in a manner that as if you're speaking that. And trust you me, within 5, 6 days, my God, you'll be amazed that your communication skills are becoming better. Your lips are moving faster and comfortably. And you're feeling happy and cheerful now that it started to work. The next step is whatever you've read, speak that in your own words.
Of
So if you've read
course.
a paragraph or 2 lines, that's the next step, second step. Whatever you've read from a book, from newspapers, from wherever internet, read those 2 lines and then speak them in your own words. And this is the second step.
That's a
So
great
within about,
exercise to do, actually.
oh yes, yes, yes. Within
To do
15
that.
days, you will see that your communication skills will start improving. I will not say will become perfect because it takes time, okay? You need to practice. That's very, very important. So these are
Very.
the two basic, simple exercises I can give you so that you can better yourself and move ahead in life. That's what it is.
Okay, we'll take one last question and then we'll move forward with your life, sir. Um, so I want to speak, but don't know what to speak after a high. Okay. A very small tip here, and then over to sir. After the high, I think you just, of course, exchange pleasantries. If you know that person or if you know a little about the person, it helps because you can speak on similar interests. But I think the best, if you're having a conversation, a casual one, I think the best thing is to speak about interests, what interests you or what you interests the other person. And then, of course, the conversation carries on. What do you say, sir?
Okay. Now, the best tip I can give her is that write a script. Okay, like in a play, in a
Oh,
drama, we have a script. Write down a script. After that, hi, you know how to say hi. Write down a script. What are the pleasantries you're going to speak about? What are the questions you're going to ask this person? So let that be a particular script. Write down five, six questions. Write down the pleasantries there and start from there. Because that script, and then memorize that script. And it's so simple that after you've memorized it, you know what to speak to the other person. And then that's how, cross questioning and communication goes forward. Or else you can take up a course with us. I mean, I'm just trying to say that's on your conversational skills and which can really help you. But write down a script and practice that script. You know, think there's a person standing in front of you. Do that 5, 7, 10 times, and then you try this with real people, and then you'll be amazed that you'll be able to speak like a parrot.
great. Thank you so much. I think we're getting so many tips in this live, and I'm so thankful for all these tips. I'm going to write them down and do these.
Yes,
So,
please. Thank
moving
you.
forward, I think, we also spoke about the 4 P's of personality, which leads us towards success while we were doing our sessions. So, could you tell us more? Could you tell our audience more about that?
Okay, so this word P is also a letter which leads personality, the word personality. So on the
P
similar
for Pankuri
ground,
also.
oh yes,
Sorry.
that's a better one. Yes, that's a better one. But
Yes,
this, I tell you, Pankuri, that this particular session which you're doing is definitely going to help a lot of people if they definitely practice what we're talking about,
follow
if they're
it.
understanding, and if they follow it. So it's a very good session. So that's congratulations to you for this. Now, in my dictionary of elevating people and enhancing and developing and transforming personalities, I have created this structure which is based on the 4 P's. The first P, okay, the first P is very simple, passion. Whatever is your passion, make that into your profession. So that's number one. Whatever you're passionate about, make sure that becomes your profession. Even if you're not passionate about the work right now, make sure you become passionate about your profession. That's number one. That's number one P, the first P I'm talking about. That pursue your passion as profession. If you want to write it down, please write it down. Pursue your passion as your profession. That's number one towards success. Number two, plan and prepare. Plan and prepare. Very important. Plan is a very, very important part. And then preparation to fulfill that plan. So please plan your
Of
life.
course.
Okay, plan what you want to achieve. Write it down. Write down the action steps. And then the preparation you need. You need a skill set to become something which you have just chosen to become. Make sure you have adequate skills.
Definitely.
So preparation is very, very important. Thereafter,
Very
practice
important.
it. Practice and perform that. Practice and perform. Create this into a daily ritual. Whatever your preparation is, whatever you want to become, practice that on a regular basis. Then you'll be able to perform effortlessly because that's what it is. We want to perform, but we get so tense during the performance that as if, things are going to go wrong. We think so negative. But if you practice it, your performance will always come out to be natural. You will be sure about what you are presenting, and people will be able to reap and feel influenced by you. So please practice what you need to perform in your life. Coming on to the fourth P, that is persevere. Perseverance is very important. I understand this is the generation of, you know, instant gratification. Trust you me,
Gratification.
give yourself time. Please persevere because ultimately you need to procure your purpose. So if we take it from 1 to 4 or from 4 to 1, have a purpose, persevere and then slowly and steadily we'll see that you will move towards success. So that's the 4P formula
Four
which is there,
P's.
which I ask all my students to undertake. That number one, I'll just repeat quickly for everyone's benefit, that be passionate about, you know, if you're passionate about your profession, you'll automatically do good, you'll never give up. Number two, plan and prepare. Very, very important to plan and prepare. Number three, practice every day so that you can perform well. And number four, please persevere. Don't take it like it's going to come to you tomorrow if you've just done the top threes. Persevere, because ultimately, you as a human being, you have to pursue your purpose. So define that purpose, what you want to pursue, and use the 4Ps and take it forward. And that's what is my 4P formula. Definitely, there's a lot of work. It's easier said than done. A lot of work
Yes.
happens, but make sure you follow these 4Ps, and you'll feel really, really empowered to be able to go out there and pursue your goals and objectives and find your success faster. That's what it is.
I would
Any
really
any any
agree
mantras
with
do you have?
you.
I've been speaking. Let
No,
me
no, no,
ask you,
that's
Pankaj, you
okay.
are also such
Actually,
a successful person. You're pursuing your passion. So tell me, what kind of mantras do you believe in, and what is it that, you want to address our viewers today? So let's have some mantras, with which you also work your life.
so, firstly, I would like to say that I completely agree with the 4 P's that you've told right now, because if you're passionate about what you do, then you will never get tired or bored to kind of lift yourself up and go to work. And if you plan and prepare, then you'll never be chaotic. You won't be stressed. And if you practice it, then of course you'll be confident enough to perform every day. And at the end of it, if you persevere, if you keep at it, if you don't of course give up or fall back, then success is yours. So I completely agree with what you said. And the mantras that I use, so I'm very fond of this book called The Secret, and I'm very positive about a lot of things. So one mantra that I use is cliche but works is never give up, because failure is better than not trying. So I will try, and I will try something out till I can, to know if I'm really good at it, to know if I can do it. So I will keep trying new things, and I will keep exploring. So never giving up is my mantra for sure. And one more mantra that I usually follow is, being yourself and still learning from others. So this is something that I would like to tell even the top 15 that we have, and all the pageant aspirants and all the audience over here, that in the course of learning from other people, in the course of developing our personality, sometimes we forget that we need to be the best versions of ourselves. We need not copy Sanjeev sir, you need not copy me, you need not copy anyone to become who you are. You have to be the best version of yourself and stay true to what you like. So learn from other people, learn from sources, but pick up only what you feel is right for you as a person.
Yes, please. Okay, I like to add to these mantras. They're
Yes, your
fabulous
mantras.
mantras. Yes, in fact, I'm also learning from you as I'm going along. Life is a learning process. You must always be ready to learn. That's reskill, upskill. That's what I spoke about in my last live session. So life is all
Yes.
about learning. Make sure you keep learning and adding and becoming better. But these are certain dictums for your own self, which even I adhere to. And the first one is, who can defeat a person who never gives up? So I believe very firmly in that. I'm a
Who can
very
defeat a
strong believer of
person?
that. Yes,
Very
absolutely.
nice.
Second is work to earn respect. Work to earn
Beautiful.
respect.
Beautiful.
Very, very important. Rest everything will automatically come to you. Right now,
Yes.
we have our objectives, we have our dreams which we want to fulfill, but make sure you earn respect along the way. That is going to make you a very big player one day. Remember
True.
that. Number three, give your best during your worst.
Worst.
Okay, give your best during your worst. Let's say we have 31 state finalists we had, and now we are left with 15. So 15 had to go, 16 had to go. So that is you're feeling your worst moment. But trust you me, that is the time you're supposed to feel your best, that you came thus far, and there's this another destination has taken another chance and turn. and you are going to make it meaningful, and you're going to keep persevering and trying to become better and come and fulfill your dreams. So it's a very, very important part of who you are as a person. Number four, I mean, this is something very important to me. Empower yourself first, and then empower your world. Your
That's
world
so
means,
true.
Pankuri,
That's
people
very
who are connected
important.
with you, okay? People whom you inspire. So empower yourself first, and then please don't forget to empower your world. And your world will keep on growing and becoming bigger and bigger. But that's
Yes,
what it
I
is. Please
think I think
empower the world around
sharing,
you.
yes, sharing with others what you have experienced, and if you can teach other people that can help them develop and reach somewhere in life, I think that that's the best we can do for other people.
Yes, please. Yes. All right. So I think we're hitting 6:40, and
Yes, I
it's time
think.
for us to leave and join
Thank you
you
so
uh,
much.
sooner than later in the coming months.
Yes,
I'd like
yes.
to have this quote of mine. I'd like to speak this quote with your permission. And this is from a quote book, which is called Empowering Words. It's on
Hmm.
Amazon. And in this, the first quote which I put in is, it's just for your learning now. Performing below your potential is a punishment you should not endure. Performing below
Wow.
your potential is a
It's a
punishment you
punishment
should
you
not
should not
endure.
endure.
So become skills ready,
Brilliant.
get these abilities going in you, and then you will see that your pursuit is full of happiness. You will enjoy your journey. As we say, life is not a destination. Life is all about the journey.
All about the
So
journey.
get your performance up, get your potential, the innate abilities to be there so that you can go and win in life. So God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much, Pankuri. And it was
Thank you
a
so
lovely
much,
session from my
sir. It
side.
was a lovely session. I learned so much. I think the audience has also learned so much from this session that if they imply all of this in life, I'm sure that we'll see a lot of successful people out there. Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure. I'd also like to congratulate the winners, the top 15 finalists. And, so congratulations to all of them. So make sure that you give your best, perform to your natural abilities, and may the best one win. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
All the very best, Pankuri. God bless you. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care.
You too.
Okay, guys, so I hope you had a lovely session with us. Sanjeev sir was so kind and he shared so many experiences and so many tips with us. I hope it really helps you. And congratulations to the top 15 of VLCC Femina Miss India 2020, co-powered by Sephora and Reposo. All the best, do well. I hope you do amazing in life. And thank you to the entire audience. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you, VLCC Femina Miss India 2020, for giving me this opportunity. Thanks a lot. Bye. Good night. Have a great day ahead.